世界的な指揮者ロリン・マゼール、ウィーン国立歌劇場総監督などを経て、現在バイエルン放送交響楽団音楽監督を務める。また作曲家、バイオリニストとしても高い評価を得ている。10月2日から3日間にわたり、東京五反田の U ポートで行われた指揮者コンクール。これはマゼールとアメリカの投資家アルベルト・ヴィラー氏により創設された第1回マゼール・ヴィラー国際指揮者コンクールのアジア予選である。事前の書類・テープ審査により選出された10人の若手指揮者たち。ストラヴィンスキー、ラヴェル、モーツァルトの3つの必修曲と自由曲リストから1曲を選び、それぞれ30分ずつオーケストラリハーサルを行う。
Well, I think it is important to have a competition that will support young people, aspiring young musicians, at a time when they need that support, and to find those musicians who will be able to do honor to the profession that we would like them to follow. That is the profession of conducting. And so the competition has been so structured as to encourage true talent and true merit. And we hope that we will be successful in finding these young people.
審査員はマゼールのほか、日本から大町陽一郎氏、韓国からリン・ウォン・シック氏が務める。
Engineering skills were tested in the first movement of Stravinsky's symphony in 3 movements. Engineer, of course, I'm referring to one of the chief responsibilities of the conductor to keep things together. And her skills were, as accompanist, were tested in the Tzigan of Ravel, a very difficult word to accompany, and the recitative from Don Anna's famous aria from Don Giovanni. His or hers interpretive skills were tested or revealed in one of 10 works selected from the classical romantic standard repertoire. Well, the most important talent to have is probably the musical one. Can you make a performance come alive? That's the bottom line. That is, can you give it vitality? Not just put it together. Can you make it happen? Can the music come forward? That quality in the sounds that makes music. And but of course the natural gifts are very important. You have to have a good ear. You have to have a good memory. And then the acquired gifts are also very important. Knowing the repertoire, learning about styles and tradition. And of course it's very helpful if you've studied composition. You can write a fugue. It's extremely helpful if you learned how to play one instrument well. These are acquired skills, also very important, together with the natural talent. And you put those two together, and if you have the ability to communicate, as I say, and to interpret well so that the performance has life and vitality, you have achieved what you have set out to achieve. Well, it's a very difficult task for a young conductor to receive the right kind of opportunity. A very good one is to become a coach in an opera house, to learn the text while playing the piano. But if you don't happen to be a good pianist and yet do have conducting talent, that avenue is closed to you. So the next best thing is to work with a student orchestra in a student production in the conservatory. But if you've graduated from the conservatory, you have yet another problem that you can't find the opportunities. So it is very hit and miss, mostly miss when it comes to opportunities, finding opportunities for the young conductor, and that is one of the reasons this conducting competition will be also finding engagements for the prize winners for 1 or 2 or 3 years, so that that person will have the opportunity of working with a fine opera orchestra and learning his trade on the job, so to speak.
審査中にも若い音楽家たちを熱心に指導するマゼール。作曲家が譜面を通して伝えようとしていることを正確に読み取り、その上で自分自身のオリジナリティを表現していく。これが指揮の難しさである。マゼールの指導は続いた。
Well, It is, you're speaking of the interpretive challenge. It is a remarkable challenge, and the only way to succeed in becoming a good interpreter is to find a way of identifying with the music. It must mean something to you. And then you must sort out how you can communicate what it means to you, to the musicians who are playing in front of you, and to the audience that is listening to the performance. That's something that you can't decide to do. You need the interpreter's talent, and you need that ability to communicate. But if you have those abilities, then there are ways of improving your ability to communicate. And that's what experience gives the young conductor.
マゼールは10月1日に行われたニューヨークテロ被災者支援チャリティーコンサートでも指揮台に上った。演奏は NHK 交響楽団有志と在京メンバーによる特別オーケストラ、そして東邦学園オーケストラが務めた。
Well, I don't feel very kingly or princely. Those days are gone forever. I feel very much a part of the family of musicians, and I consider all musicians to be my colleagues, my brothers or sisters. And I love to work with musicians and be part of a music-making experience. However, my job as a conductor is to lead. And I take that job very seriously, and the people who follow me expect me to be able to lead, because everybody needs a leader. Because a leader not only keeps it all together technically and offers a point of reference, a rhythmic point of reference, which is the baton or the hand, but he also is responsible for the interpretive approach to the music, the concept. There has to be one person responsible for that concept. If you have 100 musicians, each musician would have his own concept. You would have 100 different concepts, and that's, of course, technically impossible to achieve. So as I grow older, I feel more and more humble before music, and more grateful that so far I have the energy and the health to meet the challenge of my profession and to continue making music all over the world. It's a wonderful feeling, and it's a privilege.
そうですね、2日目などはすごく大失敗もあって、昨日などはすごく落ち込んだんですが、今日はそれがあったために、自分の実力が出せたというか、自分の思っていることが十分に発揮できたので、これで本戦に進めなくても、僕はすごく満足しております。ありがとうございました。
Well, this is a great competition, first of all, and I'm so glad I can be here, especially in Japan, because I never been here before. And then this is a so great opportunity to work with so great orchestra, especially this is a student orchestra, but maybe this is the best student orchestra I never conducted before. So, I'm so glad to be here. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
ロリン・マゼールさんが、3日間にわたって、いろいろな私たちの能力っていうものをいろいろな角度から探ってくださる、そういう時間をたくさん与えてくださったことに非常に感謝をしています。大変ハードなスケジュールの中なんですが、それでも非常に得るものが多いコンクールだったものですから、参加して本当に良かったなと思っております。ありがとうございました。
審査結果発表の前にマゼールは改めてコンクールの趣旨を説明する。
I just would like to say a few words about the philosophy of this competition. As is stated quite clearly in our brochure, it is a competition with a difference in two vital areas. One, at the finals in New York in September 2002, the finalists will not be competing with one another, but rather with, I can't use the word competing. They will be measured. The candidates will not be competing with one another, but will be measured against a standard, an absolute standard, which could be defined as follows. The level of excellence attained by the great masters of the past, the Toscaninis, the Furtwänglers, will determine what that standard is against which the candidates will be measured. Now, we have several regionals coming up. We have Bloomington, Indiana in December of this year.
でまだあと5カ所で、地域審査会がございます。地域のコンクールがございます。今年の12月にはアメリカのインディアナ州ブルーミントンで、ございます。
Tokyo is the first regional, Bloomington is the second, the third will take place in Krakow, Poland in January.
で、東京が一番最初だったんですけども、2番目がそのインディアナ州のブルーミントン12月でございます。それから1月に入りましてポーランドのクラカオでございます。
The fourth regional will take place at the Royal College of Music in London in March 2002.
それから第3番目がロンドン、アカデミー・オブ・ミュージックってなされますけども、それが3月でございます。来年2002年の3月でございます。
The fifth regional in Sao Paulo in Brazil in April 2002.
それからブラジルのサンパウロで5番目の地域コンクールでございますけども、それが来年の4月でございます。
And the sixth and final regional will take place in Sydney, Australia in August 2002.
それから一番最後の地域コンクールになりますのがオーストラリアのシドニーでございまして、これが来年の8月でございます。
The finals, of course, will be held, as I've said, in Carnegie Hall in September 2002.
そして最終的なそのコンクールというのは2002年の9月にカーネギーホールで実施されます。
It is therefore at this time extremely difficult to predetermine, in fact impossible to predetermine how many candidates will emerge from each regional.
で今の時点で非常に難しいのはそれぞれの地域から最終戦に何人を送り込むかということを決めることでございます。
Therefore, we have a category of what we define as potential finalists.
というわけで、最終戦に残る可能性のあるグループと、ポテンシャルグループということで、今回は選ばさせていただいております。
We, the jury, have decided not to advance any of the candidates at this time to the final round in New York as participating finalists.
というわけで、今回この地域コンクールで、選ばれる方も最終的に必ずしもその方皆様がカーネギーホールの最終戦に臨むということではないわけです。
Instead, we have chosen 3 candidates as potential finalists.
というわけで、選ばれた方の中から最終的にまた選ばれるということでございますけれども、この最初のコンクールからは3名の方をそのポテンシャルな最終戦に臨まれる方ということで選ばせていただきました。
Their names are in alphabetical order.
アルファベット順に申します。
メイアン・チェン、
メイアン・チェンさん、
ジョージ・ハトリ、
服部ジョージさん、
and Mr. Hirofumi Yoshida.
吉田裕史さん、
Each of these 3 we have selected today has demonstrated some of the ingredients for future success.
でこの3人の今日選ばれた方はその偉大になる指揮者のいくつかの要素は持っておられるという方です。
Now, we have created this competition to help such young conductors along this very difficult path.
で指揮者の道というのは大変多難な道だと思います。そして今選びましたのは将来性ということを勝っての結果でございます。
Thus, I think it is important that this process not end here, regardless of who may eventually reach the final round.
ですからここでその最終戦は誰になったかということを決めることでその指揮者の道がもう終わるわけではないと。
And I would like to stress that those who were not chosen as potential finalists all showed promise and showed a high degree of preparation and justified the confidence that we had in asking them to come here and being chosen to come here.
で今回この選ばれなかったとはいうものの今回このコンクールに参加された方は皆様本当に将来のある方ですし、そして十分にその練習を積んでこられた方々でありますし、またこの地域コンクールに参加されたというだけの素晴らしいスタンダードを持っていらしたと思います。
Thank you.
どうもありがとうございました。
こうして3日間にわたる第1回マゼール・ヴィラー国際指揮者コンクールアジア予選が終了した。巨匠のエネルギーに呼応し新たな能力を発見した若き音楽家たちの今後が楽しみだ。
Well, I'm going to spend a good bit of time writing music. I love to compose music, and I'm writing an opera based on George Orwell's novel 1984, so that I will be conducting less. I enjoy, however, conducting for, let's say, very intense periods. I find it very focusing and it gives me motivation to live and live fully. But I do not enjoy becoming a routine conductor who conducts every night or every other night and is forever on tour and forever conducting something or somebody. It doesn't interest me, even though I have been very, very active, overly active at times. But I'm enjoying the time that I have now to read, to play tennis, to think about nothing, to make plans, to write music, or perhaps to write a book, to study, to conduct. I'm trying to divide up my time so that I have a little time for everything. Well, yes, music is a language in which we can express what we cannot express in words. And we have feelings. Dance is also a language in which we can express with our bodies what we can't articulate verbally. All the arts give us that opportunity, and that's why it's so important that children be exposed to the arts very early on in life, because it gives them avenues to express themselves in different ways later on in life. And music is a very important language, not the only language other than the spoken language, but a very important one. And if you look out into the universe, you will see light everywhere. But how much sound is there out there? Because as you know, in order for sound to happen, it needs an atmosphere. And according to many scientists, there are very, very, very few planets on Earth that would have the, not on Earth, in the cosmos, very few planets in the universe that would have the requisite conditions to support an atmosphere. And only if there's an atmosphere can there be sound. So our music is something very, very rare in the universe.
2002年シーズンからニューヨークフィルの音楽監督に就任するマゼール。